Alright, hello everyone and welcome. It is Sunday, May 21st, 2017. I am Darkside Phil. I am belching already. Wow, what a start. Well, it's because I'm drinking my typical V8 energy drink here this morning. Enjoying it very much. I love it. The flavor is good. And it is good for you. And, preparing for today's gameplay stream of Persona 5. Yes. Yes, once again, I'm once again playing Persona 5. And you might say, but Phil, you already played Persona 5 this week. And Injustice 2 is the hot new release this week. Why are you playing Persona 5 again? Well, I guess I have to go through the... Do I really have to go through the spiel again? I just went through it on Friday. Here, allow me to explain. I don't want to get completely burnt out on Injustice 2. Especially because the main... focus of Injustice 2 obviously is eventually playing online with all the characters, and the online play, in my opinion, is not superb. It's good. It's actually better than Injustice 1 in my opinion, but it's certainly not great. And, you know, playing is hit or miss online. Sometimes a match is decent, and sometimes it is delayed, and it frustrates the hell out of me. In particular, yesterday I played a 4-hour stream of Injustice 2. First, I tried to play my friend Brian, and the connection was awful. Everything I did was massively delayed, and I couldn't react to anything he did, and after about an hour and a half of it, I gave up. I said, enough. I'm not even going to bother, because I can't even do anything anymore. So then I went into random online matches, and again, that was hit or miss. Some matches were good, because they were under 100 milliseconds ping, and some were absolutely god-awful. But that's usually what you expect with an online gameplay of any fighting game. That's what I've come to know and expect, right? So, after doing 4 hours of multiplayer in Injustice 2 yesterday, I said, I don't think that I want to do it again today. It's too much to do it back to back to back like that. It would burn me out if I played Injustice 2 every single day online, okay? So, I was faced with the choice. Do I want to play Injustice 2 again today and only do offline content, like try a ton of new characters, right? Or should I mix it up with more variety? And I said, you know what? I think I'll do more variety because I started to look at the week's schedule and I said, okay, I think I can figure out what I want to do here, all right? And I'm going to review this with you right now, actually, so you have a rough idea of what to expect. I'll actually flesh this out a bit more tonight in the weekend preview, alright? Because tonight I am doing a formal weekend preview video over on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs. Alright, hold on while I pop a decongestant, since I am all congested again in the head. Hold on. Okay. So let's talk. What can you expect from myself and my gameplay channels in the next few days, alright? Well, first of all, today, the only stream I'm doing is Persona 5. It is a 4-hour gameplay stream. We're obviously starting a few minutes here after I finish the pre-stream, okay? Later tonight, I'll be doing the weekend preview over on the King of Hate Vlogs. I'm also going to be doing lots of behind-the-scenes work. I'm going to make a private Q&A video for a viewer who I owe because they were a patron of mine, and I owe them that video. But in addition, I'm also going to be doing... I'm also going to be doing some editing tonight. I'm going to take a few fan-submitted videos, which have been submitted to me over the past several weeks, montages, okay? And I'm going to edit them and prepare them so that they can be released on KO Gaming. I now have like 3 or 4 of them that have all built up, but sadly I've been so busy with streaming constantly. You know, every day I've been doing double streams and stuff. I haven't had a chance to actually even work on these videos. So I'm finally going to take the time tonight to take a few hours to hopefully edit in the intros and the outros and all of that so that we can get those videos going, okay? You know, KO Gaming's been pretty stagnant. I've only had like 2 or 3 videos on there in the past few months because I've been very busy with new releases, but most of the new releases I've been playing are pretty long games, so I can't review them quickly, and it ends up that I just get tied up playing games rather than doing any kind of edited stuff or anything like that, okay? Excuse me. So, that'll be tonight. I'll work on that. And that means that I'll actually finally be able to start releasing new videos on KO Gaming soon. This week, you'll probably have 1 to 2 of them, okay? So that's a good thing. So that's all I'm working on today. However, also on DSP Gaming today, as I'm streaming Persona 5, the first half of the multiplayer matches that I played in Injustice 2 yesterday on stream will be going live on DSP Gaming, including Dr. Fate, Gorilla Grodd, and Darkseid. Now, yesterday I think I found my calling in Injustice 2 with Darkseid, who's a unique mix of zoning with full screen Omega Beams, mix-ups with his minions, and some pretty high damage and high hit combos. I really did pretty well with him online, and you know, those matches are starting to go live today on DSP Gaming. If you did not see the stream yesterday, you're definitely going to want to check these videos out because it's probably some of the best stuff in Injustice 2 so far that I've done, okay? So, yeah, it's pretty interesting the way I've been doing Injustice 2. I queue up a bunch of these multiplayer videos, and then I schedule them out so that they go live while I'm streaming, which is good because, let's face it, Persona 5 is not everyone's forte. Persona 5 is a game I've been playing since early April, and, you know, yes, it has an audience, and I definitely love the game, and I'm not going to give up on playing the game, but I certainly know that there's going to be a lot of people who maybe aren't as interested in a Persona 5 stream as, you know, another stream like Injustice or whatever. So it makes sense that if I'm streaming this and people are bored and they don't want to watch this, they could go watch the new Injustice videos, right? So there you go. That's kind of how I'm tackling it. Trying to give people as many options as possible so that they remain engaged and they don't get bored and say, well, I'm just going to totally ignore everything going on with Phil because, you know, he's not playing something I like right now. Now I give you options, so that's good, right? Okay, so that's the deal for today. Persona on stream, the weekend preview later tonight. I'm going to be doing offline stuff, and there'll be new Injustice videos as well going live on DSP Gaming. And by the way, later tonight, I will be also uploading the Persona 5 videos to DSP Gaming, FYI. Tomorrow, folks, here's what I think I'm going to approach tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be an all Injustice day. But I'm going to start the day with multiplayer, so I will again be doing around a 4-hour stream of online multiplayer of Injustice tomorrow. And again, I'll be doing variety. I'll probably do some more Swamp Thing, who I actually liked playing with the other day. I'll probably mix it up, throw in some Darkseid there. Maybe some Captain Cold again. And probably rotating into characters that I actually know a little bit how to play with, like Batman and Aquaman and Green Lantern and stuff like that. So I'll probably be rotating around those characters, you know, for that stream. And then tomorrow night I will be doing a second stream, okay? But the second stream will be offline Injustice 2, where I'll be playing a few new characters. So some characters, again, that I haven't used yet, I'll be playing with them offline to learn all their strategies and combos and basic stuff, in the hopes that later this week, when I go back to online again, I'll be able to you know, play with new characters, okay? There you have it. That is kind of how I'm approaching tomorrow. And then Tuesday, supposedly there's supposed to be a new Overwatch event being released in honor of, oh, excuse me, my nose is itching all of a sudden. Ah! Freaking nose itching like crazy. Sorry, sometimes the allergies act up, and that's exactly what just happened. My nose just started itching very crazily. All right, let's try this again. On Tuesday, I'll be doing the Overwatch DLC. It's supposed to be an anniversary DLC coming out for Overwatch to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the release of Injustice. I said Injustice. The release of Overwatch. And I'm very curious to see, what will they be releasing? Will it be just new skins? Will it be a new mode? I don't know. But there's going to be supposedly some new stuff. And you know what? I haven't really played Overwatch in a while. Every time that they release something new, I play it. So it makes sense. It'll break up the week. It'll give a little bit of variety. So that's what I'm going to be doing on Tuesday. Okay, and then the rest of the week, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be, again, playing more Injustice and balancing that probably with maybe a little bit of Persona here or there. Until Friday the 13th releases, the new release this week, okay? And then, that weekend, either either Saturday or Sunday. So either May 27th or 28th. Right now, it's actually looking stronger for the 27th. I will be doing the Patrons Jackbox Party Back Twitch and Chill Marathon, where patrons of mine from a couple of months ago will be participating in a kind of closed session of Jackbox Party Pack interactive stuff with me. And then I will be letting just, anyone join us about halfway through, and it'll be patrons versus the world, basically. Kind of like half of the group will be patrons, and half of the group will be non-patrons, doing this during a marathon-style stream, this weekend. Well, next weekend. That's a week from right now, okay? So I think that's going to be Saturday, May 27th, I think. Fingers crossed. Right now, I'm still polling the patrons to try to get their interest and find out, what day's the best. And I think that sounds like that's the best day for them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I haven't done one of those streams in quite some time. So that should be refreshing, because when you don't do something for a while, then it ends up being interesting again, right? So we've got quite the eventful week coming up. And I certainly hope to see you here every day on stream. I hope to see you at the videos on YouTube. Everywhere that I am, I hope that you will check it out if you can. And if you can't, it's always there on demand for you later on, right? That's the cool thing. Okay. So that's the schedule for the week, folks. Now, let's see. What else do I have to talk about? Just a few quick things. Number one, I have been taking your feedback and suggestions on social media regarding Netflix. I realize that Netflix has become incredibly popular over the past decade, I would say, right? They've been around for a while now. If you remember, Netflix started out as a service by which you just get movies and TV series through mail, right? You would order online, and they would mail you a DVD, and you would watch the DVD and then return it. Not anymore. Netflix is now pretty much purely on demand, right? And since they've become purely on demand, they have jumped hugely in popularity. And I'm one of the people who kind of never adopted them. I basically have television, and really, what do I watch on TV? Honestly, not a lot. I watch wrestling, and I'll watch every once in a while. I'll watch something that's free on demand. So, for example, like Archer. Okay, I really like Archer, and my cable company has those free on demand when the episodes come out. Or Bob's Burgers. I'll watch Bob's Burgers free on demand on my television. So, I have TV. I honestly don't watch a lot of it. Most of the stuff that I end up watching usually ends up being on my Amazon Prime account, because I have an Amazon Prime account that allows me to get free 2-day shipping on anything I order from Amazon. But because I have that, I'm part of Amazon Prime Video, so I get all this video service on demand for free. Well, okay, not for free. It's because I'm part of the Amazon Prime program, okay? And basically, they provide movies, they provide television, they provide original series, they provide a lot of stuff, all included, without any additional charge. But honestly, what I've seen recently is that it seems like the selections on Amazon are dwindling. I get the feeling that Amazon isn't getting the better, they're not getting the better partnerships / promotions with these movie companies anymore. I used to be able to see brand new movies, right? New movies would be out like 2 or 3 months after theater release. They'd be on there for free. Now I rarely see that at all. What I see is that they've been having a lot of like movies from the 1980s and 90s for free, which is cool because that's the era I grew up. But I've heard so much positive stuff about Netflix. So much. Everyone's like, dude, you got to check out all these shows on Netflix. You've got all these new Marvel shows that are on Netflix. They've got all the DC shows on Netflix. They've got these original series on Netflix, like Stranger Things, and you're really missing out because there's so much stuff on Netflix that you're not watching because you don't have it. And I'm kind of scratching my head, and I'm like, man, maybe I should get it. And honestly, if Netflix has kind of similar stuff to what I'm watching on Amazon, maybe I should get rid of Amazon. Now, Amazon is a yearly thing. They charge you once a year for your yearly membership. And I believe that my yearly membership ends at the end of the year. So maybe this would be a good opportunity for me to try out Netflix and see if I like it. And if I do, keep it and get rid of Amazon at the end of the year or whatever. I also heard Netflix has a ton of anime. Amazon Prime has almost none. X Game of Pones did a 50-bit cheer and he says, if you get Netflix, Breaking Bad is a... And then it cut off his message, but... No, I already saw Breaking Bad, dude. I saw Breaking Bad millions of years ago. That was a series that I watched before I ever moved to Washington State. I actually own all the DVDs for it. But yeah, I agree. Breaking Bad is great. Yeah, people are here. JC Black 1990 just said that, yes, Netflix has a good amount of anime. Yeah, Amazon does not. Amazon has almost none. Very, very little anime. No, I have not seen any of Better Call Saul, and I know that that's like 2 or 3 seasons in at this point. It's the spin-off from Breaking Bad. No, I didn't see any of it. But I might eventually. That's what I mean. I think I want to try to get caught up on a lot of the stuff that I'm behind on. You know, what happened was when I moved, I kind of fell out of touch with a lot of the pop culture stuff. I ended up, you know, getting into different grooves and stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's time maybe for me to get caught up on the things that I've missed out on. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm thinking maybe within the next month or two. Right now, on Amazon, I'm in the middle of a few different series. I'm watching Deep Space Nine. And there's a few other shows on there, too, that I've been watching. And I'm thinking maybe once I finish up with those shows, then I will think, okay, time to try out Netflix and switch over or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, but I'm just throwing this out there. I want to say thank you to anyone who did respond on social media. I got tons of people who basically responded and said, dude, you've got to get Netflix. It's so good. It's got all this great stuff. You're really missing out if you don't have it. Like, you're behind the curve. It's true. I am. I know I am. I know I am because everyone says there's so much tremendously good stuff on there that I haven't been watching. So, I think that I may be shortly joining those of you who are Netflix aficionados. And I might need your help, honestly. I might need your help to figure out what I should watch, you know. The only bummer here is that I don't know if with Netflix, if you could do like what you do with other, like for example with Amazon, all right? You can get Showtime on Amazon for $10 a month. And what that means is you can get all the Showtime television shows for $10 a month. You get them all on demand. And for example, just within a week or two, I believe, Twin Peaks is coming back. They're actually redoing Twin Peaks. And it's not redoing, it's actually continuing the plot line. And I love Twin Peaks, so I definitely want to watch the new series. And so I was thinking of, with Amazon, for the $10 a month, you can get Showtime. And I was thinking, oh, for just a month or two, I'll get it and I'll watch the whole series or whatever. I don't know if you could do those kind of things with Netflix, or if you're very limited, you know what I mean? Maybe it's limited to only what they have a partnership with. I have no idea. But I definitely want to see this new Twin Peaks, and I don't want to get the channel. The channel is incredibly expensive. It's like, you can't, apparently, like, just to get the channel is $15 or more on cable, which is fucking stupid as shit. Really stupid. Shout out to Nuka-Cola King, who did a 51-bit cheer. He said, Twin Peaks height. Yes. Alright, everyone. Well, I want to get started with the stream, so therefore, let's just get through a couple quick plugs, and then we'll begin, okay? Sound good? Alright. First of all, thank you for being here. I know that you guys who are here for the Persona 5 streams are the more hardcore fan base who are here no matter what I play. I appreciate that. I also know that some of you come back every day that I play Persona because it is a fun playthrough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope that we'll have a fun 4-hour Persona 5 stream for you today. Okay. So So a few quick plugs. We'll just do a few quick ones here. All right. First off, Patreon. There are 10 days left in the month of May, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be real with you. There has not been a lot of activity around Patreon. It's not on my behalf because I'm still doing the monthly goals. I'm still doing all the perks for everyone. I've been noticing that a lot of people have kind of fallen off with Patreon because, again, I realized that I've done more of a focus on streaming, and some people have come over and said, oh, I'm going to participate here on the streams. I'm going to cheer, and I'm going to sub, and all that. I get that, and I appreciate that, but understand that Patreon is still a very important part of the whole plan here to keep me on the air daily. It has become an integral part of a way for me to survive. And in the 2.5 years that I've been using Patreon, so many good things have come out of it. So many good events. I've done playthroughs I never would have done before. I've experienced entire genres of gaming I never would have experienced before if it weren't for the patrons. So it is a really positive thing that I want to keep going, all right? Right now, if you pledge to my Patreon in the next 10 minutes, I almost said 10 minutes. Now that sounds really cheesy, like those ads on TV. If you call in the next 30 minutes, you'll get this. Like, dude, you're running an ad on TV. There's no way you could time 30 minutes from when the fucking ad ran on TV. You're obviously full of shit. Okay? Patreon is very important, folks. Incredibly important. So, please, consider pledging in the next 10 days. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon in the next 10 days, first of all, you will be participating in the upcoming event. If we hit the Patreon goal for this month, it's going to be the return of the Indies Marathon, where patrons will be nominating and voting on indie-style games for me to play in a marathon setting. Previous marathons have had me play games such as Hotline Miami, To the Moon, Undertale, and many, many other games. I mean, it's dozens of games at this point because it's been one of the most ongoing and the most fan liked things that I've ever done with Patreon events is the Indies Marathons, okay? So I'm sure now, I haven't done one of these in months, like a long time. I think the last Indies Marathon I actually did was like the end of the summer or early fall. I'm sure tons of indie games have come out that I've missed. So this is a great opportunity for me to experience those games. So, if you pledge $5 or more by the end of the month, you'll be able to get in on that process of nominating and voting on the games, okay? But you also get personal perks for pledging to my Patreon, including text or verbal thank yous in my videos. You can also get your questions answered on my bi-monthly show, Ask the King. You can get a private Q&A video made, which I have to make one tonight. And every single person, I'm not exaggerating here, every single person who's qualified for a private Q&A video that I've made has loved it. They're all like, wow, Phil really goes above and beyond, okay? I really do. I try to make it so that not only are my answers entertaining, but informative for you. So you really feel like you got your value out of your pledge for the month, okay? So please, please consider pledging. Again, it's very important. The deadline is coming up. Only 10 days left for the month of May. And I certainly would love to keep doing these daily streams and YouTube videos for you as a job. I love doing it. I don't want to stop after freaking 8 years of doing it and, 6 years of doing it as a living. I want to keep the momentum going, all right? Also, you've got my Teespring, folks. Now, I'll also be honest here. My Teespring has dramatically slowed down. There was one point where my Teespring was white hot. This was about 2 months ago when I launched it. I was selling tons and tons of stuff because it was new. The reason that happened, I get the feeling, is because I hadn't had any serious merch in quite a long time. And then all of a sudden, when I announced Teespring, a bunch of viewers submitted some awesome artwork and designs, and people rushed in and bought a ton of stuff, and it really helped out at a time when I needed the help. Things have kind of slowed down, but understand that the Teespring still exists, and there's very good stuff over there, including the DSPGaming Skull logo, the DSPGaming channel logos, various different versions of me as different characters and stuff that have been made into shirts. You get shirts, you can get sweatshirts, mugs. It's all high quality stuff, and it's really good, and it definitely helps me as well. I get some pretty good commissions off of just a single item sold on Teespring. It's actually pretty good and way better than anything else I've ever done like this before, okay? So if you haven't checked it out yet, please give it a look. If you've given it a look and you said, meh, give it a second look. And if you've bought something already, thank you very much. I appreciate that, all right? All right, last but not least, folks, let's talk about the stream today. As you guys and gals probably already know, but it's worth reiterating for anyone who may be a newcomer, if you cheer with bits, if you sub to my channel, or if you leave me a tip of $2 or more during the course of the stream, you will get a pop-up notification that will happen, and I will give you a verbal shout-out during the stream, okay? Now, also, there are people who sometimes do, you know, a lesser amount of cheers or whatever. Like I think the threshold for a cheer pop-up to appear is, I think, 50. It's either 50 or 100. And that's just to prevent spam. So you don't have people coming in here giving one bit, and spamming the stream with a bunch of messages, okay? Just needs to be done. Same thing with the tips. You know, by doing a $2 tip threshold, you really prevent people from coming in and abusing the system to do, like, repeated pop-ups, all right? It's not to say we don't get trolling. We do. And understand that if I get trolling messages, I'm certainly not going to respond to them. But that's just part of the deal. That's the nature of the beast. You're going to get people that are going to come in and troll just to try to get some kind of recognition. Usually when this happens, I just ignore it and I just push forward and play the game, okay? But I also respond to what people say in the stream chat, and in particular, with Persona, your feedback has been pretty critical to the playthrough. You've been helping me out, trying to figure out, gee, what confidant should I do today? What stat should I up, or where should I go to get maximum increase rate on a stat during a certain day? And also talking with people about Persona fusions and stuff like that. You know, the one thing I would say, please stay away from spoilers, okay? Please do stay away from major spoilers. I certainly don't want anyone coming in and telling me exactly how to beat every single part of the game. That would kind of ruin the challenge of the game overall, right? But please do, if I'm asking for some interaction or participation, please do so, because that's part of the fun, okay? By the way, shout out to Spaz3, who just did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Spaz3, for the cheer. I appreciate it. So, that's the deal with Persona. Please consider cheering, subbing, or tipping. If you're wondering how do I tip, there's a section right below the stream on my channel page here, okay? And it has a picture of me posing with Pokemon. If you click on that, it'll bring you to the tips page, where you can either leave an anonymous tip, or you can actually leave a message. The cheering, subbing, and tipping have been, excuse me. Some, boy, I cleared my throat and it completely threw me off track of my own thought. Let me try this again. The cheering, subbing, and tipping have been very much appreciated, and you guys have basically kept me on the air with it, alright? I mean, no bones about it. Twitch now is a major part of everything here, and it allows me to keep doing this daily. If I didn't have all this interaction and all of this support on Twitch, right, since I made my changes back in March, I certainly would not have any success doing this. But I have. It's worked. When YouTube ad revenue plummeted back in February, I thought that was it for me. I thought I was not going to be able to do this as a living anymore, and now I still can because of you guys on Twitch. So please understand, please understand, folks, that you know, this is very critical, and it definitely helps, and it's also fun, right? I like giving you guys shout outs. Alright, and now as we're ending the pre-stream, I will address Karovis, who brought up with a 10-bit cheer something that I've been trying to just ignore because it's stupidity. Karovis says, are you aware that there's a BuzzFeed article about you, Phil? Sure, I'm aware, because it's not real. It's a fucking community-submitted piece of garbage. It's a article that is completely false. It's just slander, and basically it's illegal. But I'm not going to address it because I don't need to. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not about the drama. And for you, honestly, you bringing it up on the pre-stream gives it more attention than it needs. I don't address this shit. Everyone knows that. People talk shit about me all the time. People spin shit and say negative shit about me that's false all the time. And I just like focusing on my own stuff. I want to focus on my own stuff and be positive and not focus on the negative. So, you know, as a rule, please don't bring up this kind of negative shit. Okay? Please don't, because it's not productive to anyone, and we're all here to have fun and have a good stream and enjoy gameplay, and we don't need to hear about this stupid stuff. Especially when it's community-submitted garbage and people are trying to link to it like it's an official, real you know, professional article when it's not. It's just garbage, and, you know, I have no reason to address garbage. So there you have it. All right. Thank you, everyone. It is now time to begin with the Persona 5 gameplay. I thank you for being patient. Let's begin and jump in, all right? All right, here we go.